Hey everybody, how's everybody doing this week? I hope you all had a brilliant time on Saturday night. It was amazing to see so many of you enjoying the at-home den sleepover and all those s'mores that were cooked and dens that were built and night hikes that were had. It was amazing to see. So I hope you all had a brilliant time and something that we'll definitely all remember when we're doing this at-home scouting at the moment. So we are coming up on our last meeting before Easter, and over the past number of weeks we've been doing work on our sustainable scouting badge, but we've also been doing a lot of work on navigation. And part of the reason for that is as Sea Scouts, as beavers, we go out on the water, we go up in the hills, and it's really, really important that we know where we are and where we need to get to. And not just when we're in Beavers and Scouts, but that we could use that all the way through our lives, where we are and where we need to get to. So I'm doing a short little video this week because on Saturday when we get together, we're going to have a Easter egg hunt, virtual Easter egg hunt. So hopefully your navigation skills will help with that. You're out doing geocaching at the moment, you've been doing the orienteering course, and I just wanted to do a little piece on the couple of things that we will always use for navigation. So our compass, and then our maps. So give you a quick idea of what a compass is and how to use it. You probably already know some of this, some of you. And then the different parts of a map, not just our beaver map, but the kind of maps that we might use if we were to go out and about either in the Wicklow Mountains or this one that I printed off, which is where we all live. So if you give me the usual 12 seconds, I'll get myself set up and I'll take you through what's the different parts of the compass and how to use it, and then how to use your compass with your map. So we're back. Right, so this is a map, this is a map, and this is a map. So the most obvious thing, this is a map that we'd use if we were out wandering around in the woods. Couple of things to point out, that if you get a map like this, you'll have these blue lines, and they're your grid lines, and these ones will always run north and south, and these ones will always run east and west. So every time you open one of these Ordnance Survey maps, they're all orientated that they are north, and then at the bottom the south. And then on this side, you'll have the west, and on this side, you'll have the east. And one of the interesting things I wanted to point out to you, I'm sure some of you might have been to this outdoors shop called 53 Degrees North. Well, in case you wondered why it was ever called 53 Degrees North, because the latitude that we sit at is 53 degrees. And what latitude is all of these lines that run across the Earth. And the latitude, obviously it'll start at 0 down here on the equator and gets all the way up to 53 degrees when you get to Ireland. So that'll help you impress your friends. You can tell them why 53 Degrees North outdoor shop, whenever it opens we get to go shopping in it, is called that because it sits at latitude 53 degrees. So there are a couple of things. If you want to really find out about all the different detail pieces about a map, you will always have on the bottom this brilliant thing called the legend, and that has all of these different markings, and they all correspond to the different things that you will find on a map. So that's just a kind of basic overview of the map, and then it'll have everything, towns, mountains, all of these lines called contour lines, rivers, lakes, all the detail, and how they go about making maps is super duper interesting. What goes hand in hand then is a compass. And maybe this is a little compass that I got for Christmas one year. And this could be something you think about for a Christmas present or for a birthday present. But this is super duper useful to find out where you are, where you want to get to, and you can use it with your map. And I'm going to show you how to take what's called a bearing, which helps you when you go hiking that you don't get lost. So a couple of things on your map. It has a base plate, it has a straight line, it'll have this arrow here is the direction of travel arrow. And then you've got all of these numbers here on the dial. But if I just turn it that way, you'll see north, south, east, and west. And then these arrows in here, so the red one will always point to north. So right now, this is telling us that north is up over there. And obviously the opposite to north is going to be south. And then this side here will be east, and that side over there will be west. And all of these numbers here, then you can use as your bearings, okay? So all of these numbers, and I'll show you how the bearings work, just really, really simply how to take a bearing on a map. But in order to take a bearing, I'm going to need everybody to use their imagination. So just imagine we are in the Glen of Amal, which is where the army do their exercises. And if you go on YouTube and search for Glen of Amal Irish Army, there's brilliant videos of all the soldiers doing all their action down here on the artillery range. And 2 years ago, our chief scouts climbed to the top of this mountain here, Lugnaquilla, and it's the highest mountain in Leinster. And it was a super duper cloudy day, and that's why compasses come in really, really handy. So we were down here in the car park. So we were in, let me see now. We were in the car park here. So there's a car park. Can you see the car park right there? So we parked right here in order to find our way up to the top of Lugnaquilla. Now, if you wanted to figure out using your compass and not just your map to make sure you don't get lost, what you do is you line up where you are and where you want to get to. Now this compass is not quite long enough. There's other ones that are definitely much longer that you could have that longer range. So we line these two up here. And then the next thing you will do is you will make sure that the lines inside the compass, see those, Hannah, can you see those black and red lines on the inside? And then you make sure that they line up with the grid lines inside. And what's really important is I've got this arrow pointing in the wrong direction because my map is telling me this is north. So then my north point needs to be going this way and all the lines set up like that. And then once I've taken my bearing, so that's telling me I'm going to need to travel in a easterly direction on a bearing of, can you see that number there, Hannah? I think it's 81 or 82. So I'll be traveling east with a bearing of 80 degrees. And then once I take it, I can fold my map away. And then I turn and turn and turn and turn and turn until I line up the compass needle with the red arrow in the base. And then this here will be my direction of travel, and off I go in that direction. And then if I'm wandering along and I get lost and I find I take out my compass and it looks like this, it's like, oh no, we're going in the wrong direction. You can just, and then it takes you back on course. So that's just a really quick overview. And if you're thinking about stuff that you might want to pick up for beavers, definitely a compass. These maps you can get from the Ordnance Survey, or like this one here for where we all live. It's got all of the grid lines, and you can see it's got all the same detail, and you can download those off the internet to practice with. So I'll put that little link in the comment section for the video. So see you all on Saturday. Looking forward to our last meeting before Easter. Have a great last few days in school, and we will see you all on Saturday. Bye-bye.